Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Smart English Podcast. I'm Sophie, and we're very glad you're listening today.
Hi everyone, I'm Alex. This podcast is designed to help you build confidence in English through real conversations and simple, useful language.
Whether you're listening at home, on your way to work, or during a short break, we're happy to have you with us.
If you find our episodes helpful, don't forget to subscribe and like the podcast. Your support helps us create more lessons for you.
Today's episode is relaxed, practical, and fun.
Yes, we're talking about something everyone enjoys, favorite food.
We'll share what we like to eat, talk about meals during the day, and practice useful food-related vocabulary.
So get comfortable, maybe grab a snack, and let's start today's conversation.
Before we continue, I just want to say this: enjoy the conversation. Listen to how we speak, notice the rhythm, and don't worry if you don't understand every single word right now. The most important thing is to relax and follow the flow of the discussion. This conversation is meant to sound natural, just like real English used in daily life. And don't worry, after we finish the conversation, we'll come back and explain some of the most important words and phrases you heard today. We'll break them down slowly and give clear examples so you can use them with confidence. So for now, just listen, enjoy, and stay with us until the end. Alex, how are you today?
I'm doing well, but to be honest, I'm a little hungry.
Already? We just started.
That's what happens when you talk about food before lunch. How about you?
I'm good. I had a calm morning and a nice breakfast, so I feel ready. All right, Alex, let's really begin. We said today's topic is favorite food, but I don't want a short answer. I want the real story.
The real story? That sounds serious.
It is serious. Food is very important.
Okay, then I will be honest. My favorite food is fried chicken, but it's not just about the taste.
That already sounds interesting. Tell us more.
When I was younger, fried chicken was a special food. We didn't eat it every day. We ate it on weekends or special days.
So it feels special because of the memory, not only the flavor.
Exactly. When I smell fried chicken, I remember sitting with my family, watching TV, laughing, and eating together.
That's a perfect example of food being connected to emotions. For many people, favorite food is not about being fancy or expensive.
Yes, it's about how the food makes you feel.
All right, now it's my turn. My favorite food is ramen, and I have a similar reason.
Really?
Yes. When I was a student, I was very busy and often tired. Ramen was cheap, warm, and easy to eat.
That makes sense.
I could sit alone, eat slowly, and relax. So ramen became my comfort food.
What kind of ramen do you like the most?
I like ramen with a rich soup, soft noodles, a boiled egg, and vegetables.
That sounds delicious.
I don't like ramen that is too spicy, though.
Same here. I want to enjoy my food, not fight it.
That's a good way to say it.
Do you think people's favorite food changes over time?
Yes, definitely. When you're a child, you often like simple food.
That's true. When I was a kid, I hated vegetables. Now I understand why adults eat them, but I still don't love all of them.
That's honest. Let's talk more about childhood food. Is there a food your parents or grandparents cooked for you that you still remember?
Yes, my grandmother made a simple soup with vegetables and chicken.
What made it special?
It was very light, but it always made me feel better when I was sick or tired.
That sounds like a classic comfort food.
It is. Even now, when I feel stressed, I want that soup.
For me, it was rice dishes. My family ate rice almost every day, but my mother always cooked it in different ways.
So it never felt boring.
Exactly. Sometimes it was fried rice, sometimes rice with soup, sometimes rice with vegetables.
That's a good lesson for learners. Simple food can still be interesting.
Yes, and food doesn't need to be complicated to be good.
Let's move on to breakfast. I think breakfast tells a lot about a person.
I agree. Some people love breakfast, and some people skip it completely.
I try not to skip breakfast, but sometimes I do.
What's your ideal breakfast, not your busy day breakfast?
My ideal breakfast is eggs, toast, fruit, and coffee.
That sounds balanced.
Yes, but on busy mornings, it's just coffee.
That's very common.
What about you? Do you eat breakfast every day?
Yes, almost every day. If I don't eat breakfast, I feel tired and unfocused. I like light food. Yogurt, fruit, oatmeal, or sometimes bread.
Do you like sweet breakfast or salty breakfast?
Sweet, but not too sweet.
I'm more salty in the morning.
That's interesting. Many people say sweet food gives them energy.
For me, salty food wakes me up.
Let's talk about lunch. Lunch is usually the most rushed meal of the day.
That's true. People often eat lunch quickly because of work or school.
What does your typical lunch look like?
On weekdays, I usually eat something simple. A sandwich, rice, or noodles.
Do you eat alone or with others?
Usually alone. Sometimes I watch videos while eating.
That's very modern.
Yes, but I think eating with others is better.
I agree. Eating together makes food more enjoyable.
What about your lunch?
I try to eat something warm. Soup, rice bowls, or pasta.
Do you think lunch affects your energy in the afternoon?
Yes, a lot. If I eat very heavy food, I feel sleepy.
Same here. That's why I try not to eat too much fried food at lunch.
Now let's talk about dinner. Dinner feels different from breakfast and lunch.
Yes, dinner is slower. It's the time when people relax.
What does dinner mean to you?
Dinner is a reward. It's the end of the day, and I can finally enjoy my food.
That's a nice way to say it.
What about you?
Dinner is my favorite meal because I can cook and eat slowly.
Do you prefer eating at home or eating out?
Mostly at home. Restaurants are nice, but home food feels healthier.
I agree, but sometimes eating out feels special.
That's true. Especially when you're with friends.
What's your ideal dinner?
Grilled fish, vegetables, rice, and soup.
My ideal dinner is fried chicken, but not every day.
You know, Alex, I think people sometimes feel embarrassed about their favorite food.
That's true. Some people think they need to say something fancy.
Yes, like expensive food or food from a nice restaurant.
But honestly, many people love very simple food.
Exactly. Favorite food doesn't have to impress anyone.
It just has to make you happy.
Let's say this clearly for our listeners. Your favorite food is personal.
Right. There is no right or wrong answer.
There is no right or wrong answer. Some people love pizza. Some people love soup. Some people love rice every single day.
And that's perfectly fine.
Do you think mood affects what we want to eat?
Absolutely. When I'm tired, I want something warm and filling.
Same here. When I'm stressed, I don't want complicated food.
Simple food feels safer.
That's a good word, safe.
Yes, food can feel safe and familiar.
That's why comfort food is such a popular expression.
Comfort food is food that makes you feel relaxed and calm.
Not food that makes you nervous or confused.
Exactly.
Let's go back to family food for a moment.
Okay.
Do you think family meals are changing now?
Yes, I think so. Many families are busier than before.
That's true. Parents work, children study, everyone has a different schedule.
So eating together becomes harder.
But when families do eat together, it feels special.
Yes, even a simple meal feels better when shared.
I remember sitting at the table with my family, talking about our day.
Me too. Food gave us a reason to sit together.
That's an important point for learners. Food is not only about eating.
It's also about communication.
Talking, listening, sharing stories.
Sometimes even arguing a little.
Yes, that happens too.
But those moments stay in our memory.
That's why people miss home food when they live far away.
Exactly. It's not only the taste, it's the feeling.
Earlier, we talked about breakfast, but I want to expand on that.
Sure.
Breakfast looks very different in different countries.
Yes. Some countries eat very heavy breakfasts.
Others eat something very light.
When I travel, breakfast is one of the most interesting things.
Same here. Sometimes breakfast feels like lunch.
Some people feel great without breakfast. So learners should listen to their body.
That's good advice.
What time do you usually eat breakfast?
Around 7 or 8 in the morning.
That's early.
Yes, but I like starting my day slowly.
I eat later, usually closer to 9. Usually alone, quietly.
That sounds peaceful. We talked about main meals, but what about snacks?
Snacks are dangerous.
Why dangerous?
Because it's easy to eat too many.
That's true.
I like salty snacks.
I like sweet snacks.
No surprise there.
Do you snack every day?
Not every day, but often.
When do you usually snack?
In the afternoon, when my energy drops.
That's very common.
What about you?
I snack when I feel bored. Sometimes I'm not hungry. I just want something to do.
That's a good thing to notice.
Yes, understanding why you eat is important.
Let's compare eating at home and eating out.
Okay,
Eating at home is usually cheaper.
and healthier.
Yes, because you control the ingredients.
But eating out is fun,
It feels like a small celebration.
especially on weekends.
Do you eat out often?
Not very often. Maybe once a week.
Same for me.
When you eat out, what do you usually choose?
Something I don't cook at home.
That makes sense.
If I can cook it easily, I don't want to pay for it.
That's practical thinking.
What about you?
I like trying new food when eating out.
Are you adventurous with food?
A little, but not too much.
So not too spicy, not too strange.
Exactly. Alex, I want to talk about something important. Food doesn't only affect our body. It also affects our mood.
Yes, very true. When I eat well, I feel better mentally.
Exactly. If I skip meals or eat badly, I feel tired and irritated.
That's a good word, irritated. Food can change how patient we are.
So favorite food is not just pleasure. It's also connected to our daily energy.
That's why people say, you are what you eat.
I don't like that sentence very much, but I understand the idea.
Yes, it sounds a little strong.
But it's true that food supports our lifestyle.
For example, if you eat very heavy food every day, you might feel slow.
And if you eat very little, you might feel weak.
So balance is important.
That's a great word for learners, balance.
Balance means not too much and not too little.
Let's talk about culture and food.
Okay,
Every culture has food that feels like home.
yes. When people travel or live abroad, they often miss their home food the most.
Not their bed, not their city food.
That's very true,
Why do you think that happens?
because food is something we experience every day.
And it's connected to family and routine.
Exactly. Eating the same food again can feel comforting.
For learners listening, this is an important idea. Food words are very emotional words.
Yes, when you talk about food in English, you're also sharing part of your life.
That's why food topics are great for conversation practice.
Let's return to breakfast one more time.
Okay.
Breakfast sounds simple, but for many people it's stressful.
Yes. Mornings are busy.
People rush, check their phones, think about work.
So breakfast becomes very small or disappears completely.
But even a small breakfast can help.
Yes. A banana, a piece of bread, or a cup of yogurt.
It doesn't need to be perfect.
That's an important message.
Perfect eating is not realistic.
Consistent eating is better.
Well said.
Now let's talk about late night food.
Late night food. The food we eat when we should probably be sleeping.
Do you eat late at night?
Sometimes yes.
What do you usually eat?
Something light. Maybe fruit or a small snack.
That's good.
What about you?
I try not to eat too late, but on weekends I relax more.
Weekends change everything.
Yes, weekends feel like a different world.
I eat more freely on weekends.
Me too. I cook more and eat more slowly.
Weekends are for enjoying food.
Exactly.
We should talk about health for a moment.
Yes, but in a realistic way.
Not strict rules.
Right. Food should not be stressful.
Healthy eating doesn't mean no favorite food.
It means enjoying favorite food in a smart way.
That's a great way to say it.
Eating well most of the time is enough.
And enjoying treats sometimes is part of life.
Food should bring joy, not guilt.
That's very important.
So today, we talked about favorite food, daily meals, habits, and memories.
We learned that food is personal, it's emotional, and it's a great topic for English practice.
If you're listening, try this exercise. Think about your favorite food. Why do you love it? Is it the taste, the memory, or the feeling? Try to explain it in simple English.
That's great practice.
Before we wrap up today's episode, it's time for one of the most important parts of our podcast.
Yes, this is the section many listeners wait for.
We're moving into our vocabulary practice segment.
That's right. This is where we slow down and focus on words you can actually use in your daily life.
Not difficult or academic words.
Just practical, useful vocabulary connected to food and daily habits.
We'll explain what each word means in simple English.
We'll also talk about when people usually use these words in conversation.
And of course, we'll give clear examples.
So don't worry if you're not sure about some of these words yet.
Listen carefully, repeat if you can, and enjoy this part.
Okay, let's get started with today's vocabulary practice.
Let's start with the word flavor. Flavor is how food tastes overall. It's not just one taste like sweet or salty. It's the full experience when you eat something, including richness and depth. We usually use the word flavor when we want to describe food in a general way, especially when we are talking about why we like or dislike a dish. It's a very common word in daily conversations about food. For example, you might say, "This soup has a rich flavor because it's made with fresh vegetables." Or you could say, "I like food with strong flavor, not food that tastes boring or plain."
Another word we used in today's conversation is crispy. We use crispy to describe food that is hard on the outside and makes a light crunch sound when you bite into it. This word is very common when people talk about fried or baked food. If food is crispy, it usually feels fresh and enjoyable to eat. For example, you might hear someone say, "The chicken is crispy on the outside and juicy inside." Or, "I love crispy toast with butter in the morning."
Let's move to another very useful phrase we talked about, comfort food. Comfort food is food that makes you feel emotionally relaxed, safe, or happy. It's often connected to home, family, or childhood memories. People usually use this phrase when they talk about food they eat on stressful days or when they feel tired or sad. For example, someone might say, "Soup is my comfort food when I'm not feeling well." Or, after a long day, I like to eat comfort food and relax.
Another phrase we used is sweet tooth. When someone says they have a sweet tooth, it means they really enjoy sweet food like desserts, chocolate, or candy. This phrase is often used casually when talking about food preferences. For example, "I have a sweet tooth, so I always order dessert." Or, "She tries to eat healthy, but her sweet tooth is very strong."
Another important phrase for daily life is balanced diet. A balanced diet means eating different kinds of food in healthy amounts, not too much of just one thing. We usually use this phrase when talking about health, habits, or lifestyle. For example, a balanced diet includes vegetables, protein, and grains. Or, you don't need strict rules, just try to eat a balanced diet.
Another word we used in the episode is light meal. A light meal is food that is easy to digest and doesn't make you feel too full or heavy. People often use this phrase when talking about breakfast, late-night food, or simple meals. For example, "I prefer a light meal for dinner." Or, "I usually eat a light meal before going to bed."
Another phrase we talked about is skip a meal. To skip a meal means you don't eat when you normally would, often because you are busy or not hungry. This phrase is very common in conversations about daily routines. For example, "I sometimes skip breakfast when I wake up late." Or, if you skip meals often, you may feel tired later.
Another very warm and useful phrase is home-cooked meal. A home-cooked meal is food prepared at home, usually with care and fresh ingredients. People often use this phrase when talking about family, comfort, or healthier eating. For example, "Nothing feels better than a home-cooked meal after a long day." Or, on weekends, "I enjoy cooking home-cooked meals for my family."
Another phrase we used is eating habits. Eating habits are the way you usually eat over time, not just one meal. We use this phrase when talking about routines and lifestyle changes. For example, my eating habits changed after I started working. Or, good eating habits help you feel more energetic.
Let's move to one last very useful phrase, enjoy in moderation. This means you don't eat something too much or too often. You keep a healthy balance. People often use this phrase when talking about sweets, fast food, or treats. For example, you can enjoy desserts in moderation. Or, fast food is okay if you eat it in moderation.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today.
Keep practicing your English, and don't forget to enjoy good food.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye everyone. Take care.
If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like.
Yes, and if you want to practice English like this every day, subscribe to our channel. We help you practice and improve English faster.
Yes, let's improve our English together. We will see you in the next video. Bye!